Welcome back, everyone. I welcome you all to DreamRoot Stories. I hope you are all doing well and are on the side of goodness. I am also doing well and on the side of goodness. Welcome everyone to a brand new episode at this moment. I hope you will listen from the beginning to the end and enjoy every single moment. The name of today's episode is In the World of the Yellow Jinn. Why such a name? What is the reason behind it? We have all heard about the Haldi ceremony. It has become a very important part of our culture, especially in weddings. We all know about the traditional Haldi ceremony, but imagine if this Haldi ceremony happened in the world of Jinn. What would it be like? Do you have any idea what kind of programs they might have or what could happen there? Today, we will talk about that. Those who still haven't subscribed, please subscribe to our channel. And those who don't know about our YouTube channel yet, invite them as well. If you enjoy today's episode, definitely share it with everyone. Now we will move toward our first story. Let's begin. Welcome back once again to DreamRoot Stories. I hope you are all doing well and are on the side of goodness. Today, I am very excited because I am going to share a story from one of my favorite storytellers. Without wasting any more time, let's begin. Greetings and respect to DreamRoot Stories. Today, I have brought another incident that I collected from one of my colleagues' friends. When I talked about these kinds of stories at my office, my colleague Deb told me that one of his friends had an experience to share. After finishing office, I went directly with Deb to Arijit's house, and after requesting him many times, he finally agreed to share the incident. I don't know exactly how terrifying this incident is, but it is definitely paranormal. If you like it, I request you to read it out. Arijit heard this incident from his grandfather, who was a forest survey officer. Many years ago, he was posted on a restricted island in the Andaman region. But when Arijit told me this story, I realized that this was not just a simple incident. It was more like a curse that had affected their family. Because before his grandfather died, he mentioned this story only once. And after that, strange things started happening in their family that they could never fully explain. The island was located far away from the main Andaman island. It was small and almost uncharted. Although it existed on the government map, practically it was restricted because the tribal community living there did not easily trust outsiders. They performed certain rituals that they kept completely secret from everyone. Arijit's grandfather's name was Samarshan. But the interesting thing was, after reaching that island, nobody called him by that name anymore. And the most terrifying thing was that at night, someone would call him by that name. Someone who was never supposed to know it. During the first few days, everything was normal. Survey work during the day, mapping the forest, collecting soil samples, and returning to camp at night. But from the beginning, Samar Babu noticed one strange thing. When night arrived, the entire forest became completely silent. Not only the birds or animals, the whole forest seemed to fall into a deep silence. And inside that silence, there was a strange pressure that could not be explained with words. It felt as if something was waiting. The tribal people had warned him from the very first day, never go into the forest after nightfall, and if you hear someone calling you, never answer. At first, Samar Babu thought it was just a local superstition, but within a few days, he realized that it was not said just to scare him. It was a rule that, if broken, could lead to something terrifying. One night, Samar Babu heard that call for the first time. It was around 2 a.m. While sleeping, suddenly, he heard a voice. Samar. Hearing that name, he immediately opened his eyes and sat up in shock, because only his family knew that name. Nobody on that island knew it. At first, he thought it was a dream, but then the voice came again, this time much clearer. Samar, can you hear me? The voice sounded strangely familiar, like it came from an old memory. It sounded like his younger sister, whom he had lost many years ago. At that moment, he felt a strong desire to reply, but suddenly, he remembered the warning of the tribal people, so he stayed completely silent. The next day, he asked one of the tribal men if someone called people by their names at night. The man stayed silent for a while, and then said, "They know all your names, they know your fears, they know everything inside your mind. They want to speak through your mouth." Those words disturbed Samar Babu deeply, but at the same time his curiosity started growing even more. After that, almost every night, the voice started coming. At first, it only called his name. Then slowly, it began to speak. "Come to me. I am right here. You know me." At first, the voice came from far away. Then slowly it felt like it was coming from right outside his tent. And after a few days, it felt as if the voice was whispering right beside his ear. One night, he clearly heard, "You are listening, aren't you? Now answer me." Hearing those words, Samar Babu froze completely, because he understood that the thing was not only calling him, it wanted to communicate with him. One night, because of his curiosity, he secretly watched one of the tribal rituals from a distance. In the middle of the night, in an open area of the forest, the tribes drew a circle on the ground. They lit a fire inside it and made one person sit in the center. The person's eyes were closed, and slowly his body started shaking. Then suddenly his voice changed into something completely different. A strange voice came out. "We need to come closer. We need another face." After hearing this, Samar Babu understood that they did not only want to talk, they were searching for a host, a human body through which they could come out into this world. From that day, the situation became even more intense at night. One night, he felt someone standing outside his tent, but the shadow did not look human. It was taller than a normal person, and it looked like many shadows were standing together. Then a voice said, "You wanted to see us, didn't you? Now we will see you." After saying this, it started laughing loudly. Hearing that, Samar Babu realized that even though he never wanted it, somehow he had already become a part of their ritual. The last night before leaving the island was the most terrifying one. Around 2 a.m., suddenly the temperature inside his tent dropped drastically. It became difficult for him to breathe. At that moment, a shadow slowly started taking shape in front of him, and that shadow slowly became exactly like him. The same face, the same eyes. But the smile was completely different. It looked exactly like a fake version of himself. Then that thing said, "If you don't stay, I will." After hearing those words, Samar Babu realized that this was not just a way to scare him. It was a replacement. It wanted to take his place. At that moment, without thinking, he accidentally replied, "No." But that single response was enough to change everything. The shadow started laughing and said, "Once is enough." After that, everything went completely dark. The next morning, everything seemed normal, but Samar Babu understood that something inside him had changed. Dark marks appeared under his eyes. Sometimes his voice would change, and whenever he looked at his own reflection in the mirror, it felt like the reflection moved a little later than him. He quickly left the island and returned home. But the strange things did not end there. After returning home at night, he started talking to himself. Sometimes he spoke in languages that he had never learned before. One day, Arijit's father saw him sitting alone and drawing the same circle on the ground that he had seen on the island. Inside that symbol, he was writing something. Later, they realized it was some kind of mantra, and from that day, sometimes at night inside their house, they heard a voice calling, "Is anyone there?" At first, Everyone ignored it. But later, everyone in the family started hearing that sound. When Arijit was telling me this story, he suddenly stopped at one point. He looked at me and asked, "If someday you hear someone calling your name when nobody is there, will you answer?" That was how he ended his story, by asking everyone to think about it. Whatever thoughts come into your mind, let us know in the comment section. Now, we will move on to our next story. Welcome back, everyone. I welcome you all to DreamRoot Stories. I hope you are all doing well and are on the side of goodness. Now we will start a new incident. I will read it exactly as it was written. Assalamu alaikum, DreamRoot Stories. I won't ask how you are, because I know you are always on the side of goodness. Since my childhood, I used to listen to ghost stories with one of my elder sisters. Without hearing your voice, ghost stories never felt exciting. For a long time, I wanted to share some incidents that happened to me, but because of a lack of time, I couldn't. Coming to the studio is not possible, so I am sending my story through email. I hope you will like it. My name is Sarah. Only people close to me know this name, so I am using it here. Right now, I am 22 years old. My home is in Barizal. I live in a small village there. We are 2 siblings, my brother and me. Except for close relatives, we didn't know many distant relatives, because my father didn't like traveling much. He is a teacher. He always says, "Focus on your studies now. If your future becomes successful, you will be able to travel everywhere and everyone will respect you." But don't think my father was strict or rude. Sometimes he took us out, but usually only for one-day trips. I explained this so that you can understand my story better. Now let's come to the main incident. At that time, I was studying in class 8. I was 14 years old. One day, around 9:30 or 10 in the morning, my aunt suddenly called and said that she was very sick and asked my mother to come to her house quickly. My aunt's house was about a 20-minute walk away from our house through a field road. On the way to her house, we had to pass by an old math, a shrine-like structure. The math was a tall pillar-like structure made of bricks, around 15 to 20 feet high. Before the war, landlords used that place for worship. It was like a small room. Though calling it a room might be wrong. Only 4 or 5 people could stand inside. During the war, those landlords moved to India. Since then, no worship has happened there, and the place has remained abandoned. But sometimes people see strange things around that area. Anyway, unfortunately that day I didn't go to school because I had severe stomach pain. After hearing that my aunt was sick, I decided to go with my mother to her house. My father and younger brother had already gone to school. We called my father, but his phone was switched off. We understood that he was inside the classroom because whenever my father enters class, he turns off his phone so nobody can disturb him. Then I told my mother, "Let's go first. If her condition is very serious, we can call father again from aunt's house. By then, his class will also be finished." My mother liked the idea. We gave our house key to our neighbor and told them that if my father and brother came home, they should tell them that we had gone to my aunt's house. We didn't tell them that my aunt was sick, because if my father heard that, he might become worried and his blood pressure could rise. So we only said that we were going to aunt's house. My mother and I reached there. But after arriving, we saw that my aunt's relatives had actually come to visit. They were cooking bread, traditional cakes, and duck meat. If they had invited us normally, maybe we wouldn't have gone. My aunt knew her brother very well, so she pretended to be sick and called my mother. My aunt knew that when we returned home from school and saw that nothing was cooked, we would find out that my mother had gone to her house. Then we would also come there, and we would have no other option. But since I was already at home that day, I went there with my mother. My cousins became extremely happy after seeing me. It felt like they had found the Eid moon. Anyway, my father and brother didn't come that day. Everyone tried calling my father, but he didn't answer the phone. By evening, my aunt gave us dinner to take home so that my mother wouldn't have to cook again. When we started walking back home, the Maghrib prayer call was going on, and when we reached near the old math, the azan had just ended. As soon as we came near that place, a sudden gust of wind hit my face. My scarf immediately fell from my head, and my tied hair also opened because of the wind. Both of my hands were holding food containers, so I couldn't fix my hair or cover my head again. My mother was walking in front of me, and she didn't notice anything. I thought, there probably won't be anyone on this road now. I will fix everything when we reach the main road. So I did exactly that. When we reached a place where people could be seen, I gave the containers to my mother, fixed my hair, and covered my head again. Then we came home. After reaching home, we found out that my father and brother had gone to one of my father's friends' houses because they had an invitation there. My father had told my mother about it the previous day, but my mother said she didn't hear it. Her phone was on silent, so she didn't notice the calls either. Since my father didn't know about my aunt being sick, he went to his friend's house instead of going to my aunt's place. Anyway, after finishing dinner that night, we went to sleep. As soon as I fell asleep, I had a dream. The dream was like this. Someone from a nearby house had invited me to a wedding. Only I was going there. Nobody from my family was coming with me. I was wearing a red sari and going toward that house. My family members were saying goodbye to me. To reach that house, I had to cross a small bridge made from a banana tree trunk. But no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't cross it. When I looked behind me, I saw that nobody from my family was there anymore. Everyone had left. For some reason, I also couldn't return home. Suddenly, a boy reached his hand toward me and said, "Should I help you cross?" I looked at that boy in surprise. He was extremely handsome. I had never seen such a beautiful person before. I held his hand and crossed the bridge. Then I entered the house. After entering, I realized that I couldn't recognize anyone there, and the house that was supposed to be in that place wasn't there anymore. Everyone was new, and everyone looked unbelievably beautiful. When I went inside, I saw everyone standing with turmeric, haldi. Every girl was wearing a yellow sari, and every boy was wearing a yellow Punjabi. I can't even describe their beauty. Every single person there looked incredibly attractive. Anyway, I started looking for the bride because I wanted to apply turmeric to her. But I felt a little strange because everyone was wearing yellow clothes, while I was the only one wearing a red sari. Finally, I asked one girl, "Where is the bride?" The girl smiled and replied, "What will you do with the bride? Come, let's play with turmeric." As soon as she said that, some girls came and started applying turmeric all over me. I thought maybe they had already finished applying turmeric to the bride, and now everyone was celebrating together. That's why they were putting turmeric on me too. I enjoyed a lot with them. Finally, everyone handed me a sari and a towel and said, "Go and take a bath. You have to get ready for the wedding." I also thought I should take a bath because everyone had covered me completely with turmeric. They showed me the pond. When I reached near the pond, I became even more surprised. The water of the pond was completely blue, and the place was so beautiful that I had never seen anything like it before. Everything felt like a magical fairy tale world. While taking a bath, I kept thinking, why are they treating me so specially? Why are they telling me to get ready for the wedding instead of preparing the bride? Suddenly, a boy jumped into the pond. His whole body was covered with turmeric. When I looked carefully, I realized it was the same boy who helped me cross the bridge earlier. I said to him, "Aren't you ashamed? A girl is bathing here, and you jumped into the same pond." And the boy replied that he wanted to marry me. I told him, "I came here to attend a wedding, not to get married, but he kept saying that I should marry him. While we were arguing, suddenly he lifted me onto something that looked like a huge piece of cloth. He started taking me higher and higher into the sky while saying, "I will marry you." I started screaming. At one point, while struggling and fighting with him, I fell down from that thing. Immediately, my sleep broke. When I opened my eyes, I saw that I was floating in the air just below the ceiling fan for about 1 or 2 seconds. Then I fell very hard onto the bed. The sound woke up my younger brother, who was sleeping beside me. My mother also heard the noise from the next room and rushed in. She asked, "What happened?" But I couldn't say anything. My eyes were extremely heavy with sleep. After that, I don't remember anything. My mother told me later that I fell asleep again. The next morning, when I woke up, I couldn't get out of bed. My whole body was hurting badly. I couldn't leave my bed for 3 days. After I told my mother everything, she asked my father to bring a religious healer, Hujur. The Hujur said that on that day, when we were passing near the old math, a jinn was passing through that place. When he saw me, he liked me and wanted to have me at any cost. Somehow, he wanted to take me away. If I had not escaped from his hand in the dream and fallen down, he would have taken me with him forever. Then the Hujur gave me a protective amulet and told me that I should never lose it or remove it from my body. After that, I still saw the jinn in my dreams, but he could not come close to me. He repeatedly tried to convince me by saying how much he loved me. He always told me to remove the amulet. In this way, 1 month passed. Suddenly, somehow, I lost the amulet. I didn't even notice it. Everything seemed normal. For about 15 days, I didn't see that jinn in my dreams, so I thought everything was finally over. I didn't even realize that the amulet was no longer with me. That night, after falling asleep, I had another dream. I saw that I was in school attending class. My friends were teasing me because I didn't have a relationship with anyone. I told them, "Do you know how beautiful the person I like is? Come, I'll show you." I took 2 male friends and 3 female friends with me and started walking. We walked along a road that I didn't recognize. We walked for a long time until we became tired. Finally, we reached the end of the road. There was no path ahead, only endless sky everywhere. At that moment, the same flying cloth appeared. I told my friends to climb onto it. The cloth carried us to that jinn boy. I told everyone, "Look, this is the boy I like." My friends became upset because I had hidden this from them for so long and they left. After they left, I said to the jinn, "Sorry, they were teasing me too much, so I said that. I was just joking. Please don't take it seriously." Then the jinn said, "Do you think you can leave now? Try if you can. I worked so hard to bring you here." All around me there was only sky. I started running. This time I was not falling down. I was just running over the sky. Suddenly, I saw an empty space ahead. I thought I could jump through it. The jinn understood what I was planning and tried to catch me. But before he could grab me, I jumped. At that moment, I woke up. Again, I fell onto the bed from a great height. My mother heard the sound and came running, just like before. My eyes were extremely sleepy, and I couldn't talk properly. The next morning, my whole body was in pain again. This time I couldn't get out of bed for almost a week. Later, my mother told me that after I fell asleep again that night, she checked and saw that my amulet was missing. So she stayed beside me the whole night. The next morning, we brought another amulet from the Hujur. The Hujur said, "Your daughter is very lucky. He had almost taken her away completely. If she hadn't jumped wisely, you would never have found her again after that." My mother checked every day whether the amulet was with me or not. Whenever it was damaged or lost, she brought another one from the Hujur. Because my mother always took care of it, I didn't have to worry much. Even after that, I saw that Jinn in my dreams for 6 years, from the age of 14 until I was 20. Maybe I didn't see him every day, but whenever I saw him, he always spoke kindly to me. For the last 2 years, I haven't seen him anymore, but I still don't have the courage to remove the amulet. I have been married for 4 years. During the first 2 years of my marriage, he disturbed me a lot in dreams, but he never harmed my husband. He only spoke nicely to me and tried to take me with him, but because of the amulet, he couldn't. Honestly, that Jinn was very kind. He never hurt me. If he had been human, maybe I would have liked him. It has been 2 years since I last saw that Jinn boy in my dreams. I will end my story here today. I don't know how well I managed to write everything, but I tried my best. If you like my story, please read it. I have many more incidents like this. I will send them when I get time. Thank you. Stay well. Assalamu alaikum. And with that, she ended her story. I hope you enjoyed this incident. If you liked it, definitely let us know. Now we will move on to our next story.